This is the book of Matthew 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must first come to pass, but the end is not yet. Matthew 24, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. And this is of the prophet Joel 3, verse 9. It says, proclaim ye this amongst the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. This is Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Okakadash. And the Heavenly Father, the true name is Yahweh, and His unbegotten Son, Bahashem, and the name Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Those are their true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the last one, Kadash, the whole time. And I say Barakathum to the elders, Akim, Akwaf, and I say Shalom. And this is a sit-down lesson of this recent news article from ArabNews.com, and it reads, Iraqi armed groups say ready to fight Israel if Lebanon war breaks out. It says as war rages on in Gaza, threatens to spread to Lebanon, Iraq militant groups warn they are ready to enter the fray against Israel and the United States. It says a field commander of the so-called Islamic resistance in Iraq said there will be escalations in the event of a full-scale war in Lebanon. The commander speak to the AFP on conditions of the anomaly, saying that the Iran-backed group has already sent expert and advisors to Lebanon. Iraqi political scientist Ali al-Badr, if I pronounce his name right, agreed that a major war between Israel and Lebanon's Hezbollah, if it happens, we will not be limited to Lebanese territory. In Iraq and the regional armed groups will enter in the confrontation. He said, adding that they would want to show their ability, but they also loyalty to their allies. The bloodiest ever Gaza war break out while Palestinian militant groups. It says when Palestinian militant groups Hamas attacked the southern Israel on October 7th. The conflict clearly widening the involvement several pro-Iranian armed groups and the so-called axis of resistance expressing solidarity with the Palestinians and demanding an end of the Israeli offense in Gaza. The alliance includes Lebanon's Hezbollah, Yemen Houthi rebels, which have attacked Israel and Israeli linked ships, but also armed groups in Syria and Iraq. In recent weeks, the Islamic resistance in Iraq has claimed responsibility for drone attack strikes against targets in Israel, labeling many of them joint operations with the Houthis. The Israeli army, without naming an attack, has performed several aerial attacks from the east since April, but has said they were all intercepted before entering its airspace. The Islamic resistance in Iraq has previously shown its willingness to launch attacks. Last winter, it carried out more than 175 rockets and drone strikes against U.S. troops based in Iraq and Syria as part of the International Anti-Jihad Coalition. On Sunday, the so-called coalition of the Iraqi resistance issued further threatening against Israel and Israel's top ally, the United States. Citing the threat of a total war against Lebanon, is warned if the Zionist Israelis carry out the threats, the pace of scale of operations targeting them will intensify. It added that the interests of the American enemy in Iraq and around the region were also legitimate targets. The groups, including the Hezbollah Brigade of al-Nujaba and the Shayat al-Shaddad Bridges, also whom are under U.S. sanctions. The Al-Badar noted that the past experience of operations and attacks against American forces, the diplomatic missions in Iraq, it is possible these attacks will repeat themselves and with greater intensity. He added, in late January, a drone strike launched by Iraqi armed groups that killed three U.S. soldiers in a base just across the border in Jordan and provoked an armed response. The United States, which have some 2,500 troops deployed in Iraq and 900 in Syria, with the international coalition responds with the deadly strikes against the pro-Iranian factions and have vowed to retaliate if attacked again. We will not hesitate to take approach actions to protect our personnel. To the point, spokesperson told the AFP requesting the anomaly. Iran allowed military groups in Iraq underlining Iraq's sovereignty by conducting unauthorized attacks against the third countries, potentially making Iraq a party to a larger regional conflict. Many of the Iraqi factions have fighters who are veterans in the Iraq recent wars or have been deployed in the civil war in Syria, which is separated from Israel by the Israeli occupied Golan Heights. Militants are based south of the capital of Damascus. Elite troops are stationed in the Golan region near the Israeli occupied sector, says the group Syrians Observatory for Human Rights. I'm going to read all the rest of that. Joel chapter 3 and verse 9, proclaim ye this amongst the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty man, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. So with that, hopefully this sit down less was edifying from ArabNews.com, and it reads, Iraqi armed group says ready to fight Israel if Lebanon war breaks out. So with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Akakadash. Barakathum to the elders, Wa'akim Wa'akwaf. Until next time, I will say Shalom.